Hey guys, in this video we're going to create the refresh function so we can get all the user data and a couple other things. So let's go to our Facebook JS file, and right under, let's separate this function, this login. Okay, that ends here, and we want to go underneath, and we're going to call, actually we're going to just create a function. This has nothing to do with the scope. And let's see, actually I want to name this refresh. So function refresh, and we're going to call Facebook.API. Alright, you can make calls on Facebook users. If they're authenticated, we're going to call on ourselves, so we can use /me. You could also use your ID if you want to. And we're going to say .then and pass in our callback. Okay, and that's going to take a response. Alright, now inside here we're going to set a few values. Let's set our scope dot let's see, welcome message, and we'll equal that to welcome, and we're just going to concatenate on here the user's name, so response dot name. Alright, you'll be able to use this response to get set values like the name, the email address, things like that. Alright, so we also want to set logged in to true. Okay, so scope dot is logged in is going to equal true. Okay, and that makes it so that we can actually check if the user's logged in or out, so we can display different content depending on if they're logged in or not. All right, now I also want to dedicate the whole response to a variable as well that we can use, a scope variable. So scope dot user info is equal to the entire response. All right, and then actually that looks good for now. Now, in order to get the user's picture, we need to make another call, another API call. So I just want to try this out for now. I also want to add in here an error callback. So right here we'll do a comma, and we'll say function pass in error. Alright, and if there's an error, then we're going to change that welcome message. So scope dot welcome message will equal please log in. So basically this will show if we're not logged in. Alright, so that looks good. And then I also want to create a log out function. Actually, let's change this first. If they log in, then we're going to set scope dot is logged in. We're going to set that to true, and then we're going to call refresh. Alright, and then the log out is going to be pretty much identical to this, except we're going to set is logged in to false. Oh, we also need to change obviously this, and also this. Okay, so that's the log out, that's the refresh. Let's save this, and we'll go ahead and upload it. Alright, so we're not going to really see much of a difference here. We're still logged in. So we're going to need a way to test if we're logged in, and we're going to display the welcome message if we are. So inside of Facebook.html, let's set the welcome message. We should have access to that. So right here, we need an expression and welcome message. Okay, well, let's just test if that works. Actually, I'm just going to upload the JavaScript. Actually, we need both. Alright, so it's not showing, so something's not right. We're not getting any errors. Welcome message. Okay, and let's try to you know what, let's log out of Facebook because we don't have a logout button yet, so we'll have to do this for now. Okay, so if we reload, alright, so we're not getting anything here. Alright, let's try to log in. There we go. Alright, so now the welcome message is showing. Let's try to get a logout button. Alright, so in Facebook HTML, let's put a div around the button here. Alright, and in this div, we're going to use a directive called ngIf. Okay, so we can make if statements. So we'll say if is logged in is equal to false. If it's equal to false, then we should see a login button because we're not logged in. Alright, and then we're going to just copy that, and then we're going to say if is logged in is equal to true, then we want to see a log out button. And that will go to the logout function. Alright. Oh, I know what's going on. We need to call refresh no matter what. So we want to go down here, and just above these ending brackets, we just want to call refresh, because that's what's going to give us the welcome message. That's what sets it off. All right. There we go. So now we have the message and a log out button. If we log out, you can see then it changes back to please log in. So that's working perfectly. Now let's do the user info. Okay, so back in Facebook HTML, we want to focus on this area right here. Alright, now we only want to get this if the user's logged in. So I'm going to copy this directive and say if log is logged in equals true. And I'm going to put that right inside of this div. Okay, so if it's true, then it's going to show this. And for the ID, we should be able to use that user info that we created, which was equal to the whole response. So user info.id. And first name, same thing. User info dot first name. Okay, so I'm just going to basically copy this, and we'll do it here with last name. Okay, email address, gender, and locale. All right, let's try that out. All right, so we need to log in. Once we log in, all the info is available to us. All right, so that's working great. Okay, now for the permissions, very similar, but we're going to have to make another request. Same thing for if we want the image. All right, so let's actually do the image first. So we want to go back to Facebook.js and back in the refresh function here. I want to go right under this user info, and we're going to make a request. So we want to say Facebook.API. All right, and what we want to put in here is me or /me/picture. All right, and then we're going to say .then, and inside then we want our function. All right, and that function will take a response. Then we should get access to the picture. So we should be able to say scope.picture is equal to response.data, and we want the URL property. All right, so that should give us the image URL. So let's save that and then go back to Facebook HTML, and we're going to go right under the welcome message, and let me just copy this right here because we need to check and see if the user's logged in. Okay, if they are logged in, then we want to display the picture. So get rid of the button there, and we want an image tag, and we want to use the ng-src attribute for the image path. All right, basically we just want to say picture. All right, that should do that. And then what I also want to do is I want the picture to be linkable to the user's profile. So let's put a link around that. And I want it to open up in a new window. So we'll say target equals blank. Okay, and inside here all we need is to get the user info dot link. All right, so we'll save that. Okay, so now you can see that we have the image, and if I click on it, it's going to take it to my page. All right, so I just want to put a line break under the image. All right, so that looks good. Now the permissions, again, we're going to have to make another call. So this time we want to go right under this scope.picture, and we'll call Facebook.API. Okay, so this time we're going to go to me/permissions. All right, and then this will take a function, response, and then we're going to set another scope value. So scope.permissions is going to equal response.data. Yeah. And then what we need to do, save that, and then in Facebook HTML we're going to go down where it says permissions, and we're going to do a loop here. So with this li tag, I'm going to say ng repeat. All right, and we'll set that to permission in permissions. All right, and then inside here we're just going to include two expressions. Okay, we want permission dot permission, and then we're going to have a dash, and then we'll have permission dot status. Okay, so we'll save that, upload those, and there's our permissions. And I think how that works is it shows us the permissions that we're using, because I know that we asked for more than this, but I think that's all we're using. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. I do want to, in this video, I want to be able to grab the posts, the user's latest posts, and put them here. And then in the next video, we'll do the update. Alright, so let's go do the posts. Okay, so basically we want to keep going. We're getting ourselves into a little bit of callback hell here. Basically, we're calling one callback after another, but it's alright as long as we keep it neat. So basically, we want to go right under scope permissions, and we want to do Facebook.API, and that's going to go take a then promise. Alright, and we're going to call /me/posts. Put our function. That'll take a response just like all the others. And let's call this scope.posts. And we're going to set that to response.data. Alright, and then in Facebook HTML, let's go down, let's go under this form, put a couple line breaks, and we're going to do an ng repeat again. So we're going to create a div ng repeat, and we're going to set that to post in posts. And let's see, do I want to just keep that? Yeah. Alright, and then inside of here, let me see. I have just a block of HTML that I want to paste in for this that I found on some website. Okay, I'm just doing a div with a class of st_image, and then we're going to have the image of the user. Alright, and then another div with st_text, and that's going to have the, actually, you know what, these need to be changed to post. Post. Alright, and this updated time is going to get the time of the post. Alright, so let's save that, and then for the CSS, okay, we got to open up app.css. I want to open that up with Sublime. Alright, and you just got a little bit of CSS that I'm going to paste in here, guys. Alright, so if you want to copy it, we got st_body, st_image, st_text, and st_time. Okay, so we'll save that, and we might have a problem using post here, but let's just check it out first, because we may not. Okay, so we're going to upload these. We also need to upload our CSS file, so app.css. Alright, yeah, it looks like it's not working. And we have no errors. You know what I think? I think it has to do with the permissions, because it doesn't seem right that only these permissions are showing. So back in Facebook.js, and let's see. Oh, what? We're not supposed to have quotes around every single one of these. There should only be quote here and here. I think that that's the issue. So I'm going to remove all of these. I think that's how it goes. Let's save it. Alright, so that didn't change it. Unless it's just cached. Huh. It's really strange. Let's try to console log the response here. So console log response data. All right, so looks like we're returning empty arrays here. That's really strange. All right, so the issue is that we had to log out. Okay, so I logged out, and now I'm going to log back in. And now we get asked about the new permissions. Okay, so I'm going to say OK. It's going to ask to post on Facebook for you. OK. And then there we go. So you can see down here we have all the permissions, and then we have all the posts here. All right, so we could make that look a little better. I'm not sure what's going on with the CSS. Actually, I do know. Back in Facebook HTML, and we want the div with the repeat directive. I think that's where we want it. Yeah, we're gonna add a class. We forgot to add the stBody class, so we'll just add that. And there we go. Looks a lot better. Alright, so that is it for displaying content. In the next video, we will go ahead and add the functionality to be able to actually make a post here, and then we should be done. Alright, so I will see you in the next video.